There is obviously no way Angel can compare to Caitlin Clark as a shooter or a passer. And there is no way Angel can live up to her dynamic social media / podcast presence as a shooter or a passer or even a shot blocker. She's blocked only 2 shots so far this season. She doesn't even do that. If you can score only 4 against the Fever without Caitlin and look laughably bad doing so, you can't say you're playing as big a part in the WNBA's exploding ratings as Caitlin is. You just can't say that. You can't make that case.
Skip Bayless goes off on Angel Reese. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
For the wildly overrated and shockingly underrated Angel Reese.
What? Are you serious?
I saw on X, formerly Twitter, the other day that Angel Reese was getting bombarded with criticism for her sorry performance in Chicago's 79-52 home loss to Caitlin Clark's Fever without the injured Caitlin Clark.
Terrible play.
Ah, man. Angel wound up with a grand total of 4 points on 2 out of 7.
No surprises.
Didn't shoot a single free throw. Although she did have 12 rebounds, her average, which does lead the league. But a couple of times Angel drove it and flung up just these wild shots from 3 or 4 feet that missed the rim by, 3 or 4 feet. Just
3 or 4 miles to be exact, but it's no surprises. Angel Reese isn't a good basketball player. I know a lot of people in mainstream media, they try to move the goalposts. Whenever you try to put her up against Caitlin Clark or anything like that, then they turn it racial. Then people like RG3, they get called out by people like Ryan Clark that try to insult them just because they have a different take on Angel Reese, their opinion. So you can't have an opinion on Angel Reese only because the mainstream elites, they're going to make sure they move the goalposts back and try to defend her. But Angel Reese isn't a good player. No offense to her, not trying to disrespect her, but she really needs to go into the lab and work on her game. She can get rebounds, but offensively, she's nowhere to be found and she's hurting her team.
Just looked so ridiculously awkward, like she'd never even played basketball before.
It's insane.
Now, in fairness, Angel's team had lost its new point guard, the great Courtney Vandersloot, to just an awful knee injury. She tore her ACL. That was in the first quarter. That took the life out of the home team and took the quarterback out of the offense. But still, Angel looked pretty sorry, as she often does. I'm just being honest. I mean,
yeah, Skip, go ahead, keep it real. I know you're trying to play both sides right now. You're not on mainstream media. You're not under contract with a major corporation. So you can be yourself. You don't got to be chill or fall back because you're not at ESPN. You're not at Fox. You got free reigns to say what you want on your own platform. So just go ahead and say that she's trash and let's get the ball rolling.
I mean, as a post player, shooting a lot of point-blank shots at the rim, last year Angel made only 39% of her shots,
to be that big,
which
and
ranked
tall.
50th of 55 players, and she's a post player. And this year she's even worse. Through 7 games, she's 30.9% from the floor. That ranks 63rd out of 64 qualified, and a lot of her shots are right around the rim.
Yeah, point-blank shots. You get your own rebounds. I don't know if she's missing on purpose just to accumulate more rebounds, but someone needs to investigate Angel Reese because there's no reason why for her to be that big and strong against the little people in the paint, for her to miss point-blank layups and point-blank putbacks. I know it's a nerve-wracking thing, playing for your sport, playing for hundreds of people out there, but at the same time, if you're Angel Reese, that's unacceptable. You should be able to make a point-blank putback or a layup. You can get all the rebounds that you want, but if you don't get your offensive game going, the sky is going to trade Angel Reese immediately.
That is impossibly bad.
Terrible. Trash.
There is obviously no way Angel can compare to Caitlin Clark as a shooter or a passer. And there is no way Angel can live up to her dynamic social media / podcast presence as a shooter or a passer or even a shot blocker. She's blocked only 2 shots so far this season. She doesn't even do that.
Terrible.
But, big but.
Don't do this.
Angel Reese is on her way to becoming the greatest rebounder in WNBA history.
Yeah, I knew Skip Bayless was going to move the goalposts and try to, cut her some bail. But at the same time, I get it. She's going to go down as a solid rebounder. She'll be remembered as somebody that missed all her layups on purpose, got her own rebounds just to accumulate her stats. You be calling out LeBron James for stat padding, you got to keep that same energy with Angel Reese, because there's no reason why she should be missing point-blank layups, point-blank putbacks when she's pretty much bigger than most people on the court. So Skip, man, keep that same energy. Don't move the goalposts for her. You know she's a terrible basketball player. I don't care how great of a rebounder she is. If this was Russell Westbrook, you would be like, he's getting all the rebounds. His teams are letting him get the rebounds. So Angel Reese, the energy has to be kept.
Last season, as a rookie, she shattered the all-time single-season rebound record by 42 rebounds, by 42.
Amazing.
And she did this at just 6'3" tall, 6'3". Brittany Griner is 6'9" tall. Angel's teammate, Camila Cardoso, is 6'7". But cool. At 6'3", Angel is Rodman-esque. Remember Dennis Rodman? She can anticipate caroms with genius timing. This is rare talent that she has for rebound.
Yeah, I get it. She's 6'3", a little shorter than what I thought. But at the same time, when she's in the paint, she has a knack for rebounding. So I give her that. But to be like, okay, this is going to be the end-all, be-all, she still has to work on her offensive game. So I ain't trying to hate on Angel Reese. Yeah, I may be extra at times. But offensively, to be that good getting the rebounds and for you to miss point-blank layups and point-blank putbacks, come on now. I get it. Yeah, she can get 1,000,000 rebounds. That's cool. But at least Dennis Rodman, if he was going to attempt to put the ball back up, it's most likely going to go in. So, again, Angel Reese, I guess, be the greatest rebounder ever, but you'll never be better than Caitlin Clark.
Rebounding. She just has a nose for and a heart for the basketball, just a maniacal desire to outfight and out-rebound opponents, especially on the offensive glass, because about 40% of her rebounds are off the offensive glass.
Amazing.
Offensive rebounds. Of course, the joke is she's rebounding lots of her own wild misses.
Come on now.
And that may be fairly frequently true, but...
Come on, Skip. You know what the truth is. Don't give her that Dennis Rodman tag, because that's kind of an insult to Dennis Rodman. I know she wore his jersey, the Detroit Pistons jersey, last season, walking into the game. So she's trying to feed that narrative like, look, I may be trash on the offense, but at least I can get my own rebounds, me intentionally missing my own shots, me being bigger than most of the WNBA players around me when she's getting these rebounds. So I don't care if she was 6'3" or 5'3", her getting all those rebounds, be an offensive player. Put your team in a better position to win. All those rebounds and their team is still trash, so that's good. She can get a cookie. Congratulations. Make her a cake. The greatest rebounder ever, but her team isn't having success.
Still, as we speak, Angel Reese is again leading the WNBA in rebounds per game, meaning last season was no fluke. For such a poor shooter from the field, from the floor, Angel actually has been a decent free throw shooter, which shocks me. Last season, she made 74% of her free throws. That's LeBron's career free throw average.
Okay, I get you going back and forth with LeBron, and I have my opinions too, but now you're trying to lump LeBron and Angel Reese together just because their free throw percentage is similar? Come on now. We know the NBA and WNBA, two different things. Can't compare. So I get it. I be tough on LeBron too. I be standing on business. You've been doing it for about 20 plus years, but come on, don't ever bring up LeBron James and Angel Reese in the same conversation. If you're going to do that, keep comparing Angel and Caitlin. Do that. But to compare LeBron and Angel, I know, Skip, you be trolling. I be trolling too, but you cross the line with that one. I think everybody that don't like LeBron, they're going to call Skip Bayless out on that. Angel Reese isn't a good basketball player. Call her trash, call her whatever you want, but don't put her in the same sentence with LeBron James.
That's not terrible unless you're LeBron James, the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. But don't get me started on that. And by the way, where is LeBron? I haven't heard from him lately. Is he watching these playoffs? I don't know. Probably not.
Keep that same energy with Angel.
So the point is,
come on, bro.
Angel Reese, the basketball player, is a hard-to-figure mix of extreme strength and pathetic weakness.
She's weak.
And because she talks a lot and complains a lot and self-promotes a whole lot, she's going to open herself up to lots and lots of criticism.
And then what she does in these post-game interviews, she likes to get emotional, cry. Her teammates try to defend her. So all that junk you talking on social media, acting like you say the WNBA, knowing when it was Caitlin Clark, she tries to cry. She knows what she's doing.
But here's what I kept saying about Angel Reese last season, and I'll drive it home again right here, right now. I'm not sure anybody has ever paid to see rebounding.
Nah.
Logo threes and magic passes. Yeah, they will pay like crazy to watch Caitlin Clark. They'll pack NBA-sized arenas to watch Caitlin Clark. But Angel,
yep,
for all your charisma and all your charm, all your highly entertaining social media presence, for all your runaway smash hit podcasting, if you can score only 4 against the Fever without Caitlin and look laughably bad doing so, you can't say you're playing as big a part in the WNBA's exploding ratings as Caitlin is. You just can't say that. You can't make that case.
Yeah, about time, Skip. I know you're trying to move the goalposts. I know you don't want to completely bash her. You still know some main players in mainstream media. So you're trying to, keep your name alive and keep it going in the mix and the algorithm. But you're pretty much saying Angel Reese is trash. Then you try to give her a cop-out as being the greatest rebounder ever. Yeah, maybe she may end up having the most total rebounds in WNBA history, but then you try to compare her free throw shooting to LeBron James, threw shots at him. Then you're saying she can't even compete with Caitlin Clark as far as saving the WNBA, the viewership. So, Skip, you know what it is, bro. You don't got to move the goalposts for her. She's not a good basketball player. She intentionally cries in the media, trying to make people feel sorry for her. So it is what it is, man. Angel Reese sucks, and she'll never be better than Caitlin Clark.